Oh, hi.
I believe I have a reservation, monsieur.
I have your table, madame. Lettuce and tomato, lettuce and tomato. Milk, milk. Vintage 1928.
Very bad year for milk.
But pièce de résistance. Voila. How about that?
I say, Doctor, if you go, go all the way.
Now, I believe it was your move, remember? Go ahead, make your move.
I'm thinking.
Oh, I can see half a dozen moves you can make.
I'm not thinking about the checker game.
No?
I'm thinking about your invitation to lunch. A sandwich, a game of checkers, and 31-year-old milk.
Can't knock that. Anyway, it's good relaxation. Beats that noisy mess hall. Now, go ahead, make your move. Try that one.
Is that a good move?
Perfect. I lied.
No, you didn't. Any questions?
Did you cheat?
Yep.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Yeah, well, what is this nonsense?
Well, we were just relaxing during our lunch hours, sir.
I believe the two of you represent 14 years of college. Am I to assume this is the climax of that education?
Well, no, sir. We just figured...
Yeah, who's winning?
I am, sir.
Huh?
She is, sir.
Is that true, Miss Hale?
Yes, sir. He's not too bright, sir.
Have you ever heard of Dr. Patricia Granger?
No, sir.
Well, she's a psychologist, and she's supposed to be writing a thesis for which she needs information of some kind about Navy personnel.
Would you mind repeating that, sir?
I can't. All I know is the Admiral swept her off on us.
Us, sir? Meaning me?
I gather from your tone, Doctor, that you're accusing me of giving you another thankless assignment.
Oh, no, sir. It isn't exactly that.
What is it exactly?
Well, it's exactly that, sir.
I appreciate your volunteering for this assignment. I'd handle it myself, but I have a very important appointment this afternoon.
Yes, sir. You're due to tee off in about half an hour.
Who said anything about playing golf?
Well, you did, sir. You asked me to call and reserve you a caddy.
I did, huh?
Yes, sir.
Think you're smart, don't you?
Sort of, sir.
Hennesey, be in my office in 10 minutes. Dr. Granger will be there.
Yes, sir.
Just watch yourself, young lady. I happen to know your real age.
Let me guess. 45.
He told you.
Miss Hale, Dr. Gordon wants you in Ward 4C.
Thank you. Well, good luck with Dr. Patricia Granger.
Why?
She's made of solid ice. Happy blizzard.
Dr. Granger, this is Dr. Charles Hennesey, one of my staff physicians.
How do you do?
How do you do, Doctor?
As I explained, Dr. Hennesey will be at your disposal, and I can assure you he will be able to supply you with whatever information you may desire.
I had hoped to spend some time with you, Captain.
Well, I'm sorry, but a series of pressing engagements makes this impossible. Now, if you'll excuse me. And, Hennessey, of course you realize I'm not to be disturbed unless it's a dire emergency.
I realize that, yes.
Good day.
Well, Doctor, how should we start?
First, I'd like to ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know why I'm here?
No, ma'am.
I'll make it as brief as possible. I'd like to know what kind of man decides to make the military his career. And I'd like to know why. Is it for adventure? Does he seek security? What makes this particular phase of our society attractive to men? Such as you.
Me?
Yes. Obviously, as a youngster, you were overwhelmed by the tradition of the Navy. Annapolis, the blue and gold uniforms, the general glamour.
No, ma'am.
All right, then, Doctor, tell me, what did inspire you to choose the Navy for a career?
Well, you may find this a little strange,
Go ahead.
but it was a mammoth desire to sleep in a submarine.
I hardly think that's funny, Doctor.
I was afraid you were going to say that. Look, Doctor, let's get something straight. I'm not a career officer, just a physician who was drafted in the Navy for 2 years.
Then you dislike the Navy.
Oh, no, ma'am. I like it.
Why?
Well, to start with...
Yes?
All right, Doctor. I think we're attacking this all wrong. Most likely it'd be best for your project if I arrange for you to interview some regular Navy personnel.
Very well. But remember this. I want ordinary men.
Yes, ma'am.
Men with sound reasons for choosing the Navy. But, of course, men with definition and sensitive intensity.
I think I have just the man to start you off.
Okay, lady, what's on your mind?
Tell me, Mr. Bronsky, how old are you?
36,
And how long have you been in the Navy?
20 years.
You enlisted when you were only 16?
That's right.
What was your parents' reaction to this?
Well, they didn't know about it. I ran away from home.
Why?
Beats me.
Well, why did you decide to pick the Navy?
Well, my old man had been in.
Ah, the effort to emulate the father. In other words, Mr. Bronsky, as a child, your father projected a hero pattern to you, and you felt that you must equal or surpass what he was.
Ah, nah, he was in only 12 days. He got out when he got sinus trouble.
I
Anyway, I was going to get drafted sooner or later, so there was no sense of me waiting around.
see. Why did you decide to make it your career?
Well, I like it.
Is that the only reason?
There are some other pertinent reasons.
Well, go on.
Well, you meet some nice guys in the Navy, and the food is really good. What's the matter, Doc?
Nothing, nothing.
You know, you're the first woman doctor I ever met.
Really, Mr. Bronsky, I don't...
Why'd you do it?
Why did I do what?
Why does a dame become a doctor? Ah, your old man must have been one, eh? That's it. You know, kids are funny, ain't they? They always want to be something.
That'll be all, Mr. Bronsky.
Okay, Doc, if you want to talk some more, just give me a whale.
Yes, thank you.
Well, how we doing?
Not very well.
What's the matter? Didn't Max cooperate?
So it wasn't that. It's just that he seemed so complex.
Max Bronsky? Complex?
You know, Doctor, I may be attacking this project the wrong way. Who commands this base?
Rear Admiral Wright. Why do you ask, ma'am?
I'd like to see him.
Oh, no. I mean, well, that is to say, but
Would you make arrangements for me to see the Admiral, Doctor?
Oh, no. I mean, well, that offers some complications, ma'am.
In what way?
Well, for one, I'm hardly in a position to arrange such an interview. And two...
Yes?
I'm scared.
Really? Well, suppose I just do it myself.
Oh, no. You don't want to do that,
I'd like to speak to Admiral Wright, please.
do you?
This is Dr. Patricia Granger. I'm a friend of Senator Herman Collins. I'll hold on.
Oh, boy.
You seem nervous, Doctor.
Me? No.
Yes? Thank you. You'll see me in an hour.
Oh, swell.
Doctor, do you happen to know if the Admiral has gone through analysis?
I never thought of asking him, ma'am.
I see. I think I'll stroll around the base for an hour. Do you mind?
I couldn't be happier. Oh, boy.
Laughs, Doctor?
Every inch of the way. Where's Max?
I sent him into town on an errand.
Where's Seaman West?
You went with him. Why? What's the problem?
The human icicle has decided to interview the Admiral.
No. How did she get to him?
She very cleverly picked up the telephone and called him.
And what did he say?
I don't know. I wasn't able...
The Admiral.
How can you tell?
It's a bloody ring.
Let's not answer it. Oh, well. Maybe it's only my mother. Dr. Hennessey? Yes, Admiral. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I know, sir, but I... But, sir, I tried to, but she insisted, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'll do that right away. Thank you, sir.
What did Mom want?
She wants to see Captain Schaefer right away.
I guess somebody will have to go out to the golf course and bring him back.
Would you do that for me? I'll give you a nickel. Give you a dime. Give you my autographed picture of Fats Domino.
Dr. Hennessey, you're a nice boy and I like you, but I wouldn't interrupt Captain Schaefer while he's playing golf if Marlon Brando was in his foursome.
I guess I'll have to do it myself.
I guess you will.
I guess. You wouldn't go with me, would you?
Nope.
You mean to stand there and tell me a grown woman like you's afraid of Captain Schaefer?
Yep.
Well, I'm not. This is childish. For me to stand here and quake in my boots just because I'm faced with an emergency? I'll go out there and I'll see Captain Schaefer. And I'm going to say to him, Captain, sir, I don't feel too good.
That's funny. You look terrible.
All right, Wally, let's see your last one.
Sure.
All you have to do is learn how to relax.
Sure.
Just keep your head down, your left arm straight.
Sure.
Now remember, on the pivot.
Did you tell me you played 18 holes yesterday?
Yeah.
What'd you shoot? Huh? What'd you shoot?
101.
Well, I guess that does qualify you to give me instructions. Now, if you don't mind...
Well, I was just trying to...
I don't need help. I've got problems enough. Just stand there and practice silence. Shut your mouth, pal.
Dr. Schaefer! Sorry to bother you, Captain.
What?
Am I interrupting something?
What do you want?
It's about Dr. Granger,
Who is Dr. Granger?
the psychologist.
What about her?
Well, she insisted on interviewing the Admiral.
Good luck to her. Now, if you don't mind. She what?
Well, sir, she said she must talk to a high-ranking officer. And when you weren't available, she made an appointment with the Admiral.
Well, why didn't you stop her?
Well, sir, I tried to.
Did you realize I just had a par?
Lucky.
What do you mean, lucky?
Just what I said. Your ball hit a tree.
You go back to base and tell everyone to stay away from the Admiral.
Well, I'm afraid I can't do
If
that.
I get another par, it'll only be 6 over in the front 9.
7.
6. Now you can handle it, can't you, Doctor?
Well, I'm afraid not, Captain.
Oh, Doctor.
Sir, for the life of me, I can't understand why you're so worried about her meeting the Admiral.
I'll tell you why. He's got enough on his mind without some nosy psychiatrist bothering him.
Psychologist.
7.
He's running a naval base, Doctor, and that's a very big operation. It requires all his time and concentration. Why don't you hit, Sam?
Okay.
Now, why don't you be a nice young fellow and run back to the base? Talk softly and sweetly to this young lady. You can talk about her bothering the Admiral, can't you, Chick?
I'm afraid not.
I see. Well, I guess that's it. Out of bounds. That'll cost you 2 strokes. I could have won this whole hands down.
Oh, you dirty, rotten,
I guess I just can't win. I'm going back to the base. We'll finish this next week.
miserable, no good,
So long, Sam.
lousy, stinking. You miserable, you dirty, rotten life.
All right, Doctor, let's go. We have much time.
Yes, sir. Something seems to be wrong.
I assumed that.
Maybe it's flooded.
Maybe.
There we go.
What are you trying to do, Lieutenant?
Gosh, I'm awfully sorry, but...
Look, pal, I made it through the Korean War okay. I'd sure hate to get knocked out of the box in a parking lot.
Well, like I said, Lieutenant, I'm sorry.
Take his name and address. Let's get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Why don't I take your name and address, pal?
Hal.
Is this Jeep assigned to you?
No,
It's assigned to me.
And who are you, Dad?
My name's Schaefer. I'm a captain in the United States Navy, and I'm on active duty. Dad.
I'm sorry, sir.
You are, huh?
Yeah, well,
Why are you stammering, Lieutenant?
I just didn't know.
Well, you know now. Just give the doctor your name and address, and if you don't mind, we'll move out of here. Dad.
Yes, sir. Well, there's no damage done, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, Hennessey, let's shove off.
Yes, sir. Something seems to be wrong, sir.
You keep saying that.
Yes, sir. Well, now the ignition key's broken. I think we're in real trouble, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir. Would you like me to send for another car, sir?
Why, it's only 5 miles to town. We can hitchhike.
But, sir...
And by the time we get there, the Admiral will have spent a pleasant afternoon being harassed by that psychologist. And I'll be the only position in the United States Navy functioning as a KP. Get me a car.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes I wonder if it's all worth it. No, it isn't.
Come in.
Are you Miss Hale?
Yes, that's right.
They told me you'd arranged for my transportation to the Admiral's office.
Oh, yes.
Dr. Granger.
What is it you want to see the Admiral about?
Dr. Hennessey said that if I...
Oh, yes, I remember. Now, Doctor, is it absolutely necessary for you to bother the Admiral about this?
Now, just a minute, young woman.
Miss Granger...
Dr. Granger.
All right, have it your way. Miss Granger, why don't you lower your sights a bit? Talk to a woman. Ask her why she chose the Navy as a career.
Meaning you.
Meaning me.
Well, actually, I've never given a thought to women in the service.
Well, there are quite a few of us, you know. Some of us normal.
How interesting. But I still prefer the male viewpoint, if you don't mind.
Because of your husband?
What do you know about my husband?
Well, I don't think you remember me, but we met last year in San Francisco at the Godfreys.
You're right. I don't remember you.
I had quite a little chat with your husband that evening. I believe his name was Paul.
Well, now that we've managed to cement an unwanted friendship, would you mind?
He re-entered the service, didn't he? He told me that he wanted to, but that you objected.
Miss Hale, I'm confused. Why am I being subjected to these irrelevancies?
Well, I don't consider my conversation irrelevant, Doctor.
You don't?
Your whole purpose in being here is to analyze why a man would choose the military as a career. Particularly a man who would leave you to rejoin the service.
Touché. Well, all right, then you tell me why. I got him a fine job, a position of importance. I introduced him to the most influential people. I even went...
You also took a man whose proudest possession was his ability to function as a normal, intelligent human being and convinced him that without your help, he was a nitwit. Those were harsh words spoken in anger. I'm sorry. I'll go to your car.
Never mind.
Miss Granger.
Yes.
Did you know your husband's ship was berthed here?
Yes.
Aren't you going to see him?
Well, he walked out on me. I can't very well go crawling back to him.
And who made those rules?
Don't you understand? He humiliated me in front of all my friends.
Your friends are a poor substitute for love. Don't be a fool. If you want him, go after him.
I don't want him.
Are you sure?
Miss Hale, how does one apologize? I've never done it before.
Well, you've come to an expert. Which apology do you prefer? The nasty one? The cross-fingered one? Or the one you really mean?
I think I'll try the last.
I thought you would.
Miss Hale, are you sure you've never studied psychology? You know, you may have missed your calling.
Dr. Hale, I'm Miss Hale. Yes, this is Captain Schaefer's office.
Miss Hale?
Yes, sir.
Well,
Well, what?
are we on time? Is that nosy...
Captain Schaefer's office. Oh, hello, Admiral. No, sir. No, Admiral. Dr. Granger changed her mind, decided to drop the whole project. Yes, sir. Captain Schaefer worked it out. I'll tell him, sir. Thank you, sir.
Would you like to tell me what this is all about?
Lady just changed her mind.
Why, Daddy?
Certain developments occurred.
And what did you contribute to these developments?
You are now looking at the medicinal Charlie Chan. Will there be anything else, sir?
That'll be all, Charlie. If there's anything I can't stand is mysterious female. What do you think happened?
I don't know, sir. But as my grandmother used to say, never look a gift nurse in the mouth.
Your grandmother was pretty hokey, wasn't she?
That's very true, sir. You don't think...